Hold on, we're waiting for the Facebook to catch up. Should be live on Twitch. Should be live on YouTube. Welcome everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hold on one second. There it is. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hey. Welcome everybody. Let me make sure we're just good to go. This is the first ever episode, so let me make sure everything's good. All right. We're just gonna go ahead and send it. Here we go. What up, everybody? Welcome into the first ever live show. This is the very first episode. It's the first time we're live. It's the first time we're together as a group. I just wanted to just introduce the show today, and just kind of, work out the bugs, work out the kinks. We should be live on Facebook. We should be live on Twitch. We should be live on YouTube. I am gonna double check if you are watching from any of those platforms. Just say hello. I should be able to see you, except Facebook. I got a separate way of monitoring Facebook. Yeah, so let's just get into it. A lot of you are probably wondering what I am doing here. A lot of you may have been seeing me post about this from JJ Gaming, which is me. I am JJ Gaming. But I wanted to start a different kind of show. I have been streaming video games for about a year now on Facebook. It's had its ups and downs. More recently, it's been down. But I just feel like I'm not a video game streamer. I got kind of pushed into streaming video games for my friends, and I don't regret it. It's been a lot of fun. It's had some ups and downs. I've made a little bit of money. I'm negative overall because I've invested a lot into my equipment, which I am using for this show. I'm not going to call it a stream. I'm going to call it a show. There will be the podcast will be posted. I got to figure that out after this. I'm going to take the MP3 from this and then post it. But I just want to basically I just want to introduce the show, and then obviously I'm working out the bugs right now. I'm working out the kinks. I'm trying to see if we're actually live on Twitch. I've never gone live on Twitch. This is the first time I've ever been on Twitch for anything ever. I just want to make. Oh, I am streaming. All right, let's go. Hey, we're live on Twitch. Bobby, hello, welcome in. Good morning. I think you're the first ever like of this new show, of a live show. Welcome in. So if for those who are like wondering where my inspiration is, my inspiration, I don't actually I only listen to a few podcasts, okay? I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to Iliza Schlesinger's podcast when I'm caught up with Joe Rogan's podcast. I don't listen to every episode of Joe Rogan's podcast. I only listen. I used to listen to every single episode, but I'm not interested in every single episode. I only listen to the episodes I'm actually interested in. But I've listened to a handful of other podcasts, not like religiously, but here and there. I feel like sometimes I've wanted to interact with the show. Sometimes when Iliza on her podcast, they're talking about a situation, or Joe Rogan's talking with one of his guests, and sometimes they come across a topic they don't know about, but I know about, or I want to chime in on something, or I want to be a part of the conversation. I have no way of doing that because the show's already recorded, it's already happened. Iliza Schlesinger's podcast, Ask Iliza Anything, funny podcast. I love her. She's one of my favorite female stand-up comedians, or she's my favorite female stand-up comedian, and she's in my top 5 all-time favorite comedians. Her podcast directly interacts with her audience. That she answers audience's questions, but it's after the fact. And I know for a fact sometimes she doesn't answer those questions until weeks after they're asked. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make a show. I wanted to do something that we could build up together where we're all in it together. I'll have guests. I've already tested out what it would be like to have a Zoom guest, or a guest over Zoom or digitally or whatever you want to call it, where they call in, and hopefully like FaceTime. But I wanted to have a show where live, in the moment, the audience can interact with not only the host, which is me, but the guest. Because when I have a guest on, the guest is going to be the star. It's not going to be me. We're going to we'll talk about whatever we want to talk about. Like today, I just wanted to talk about, I'm going to talk about my adventure through doing stuff online and the ups and downs that I had to get to this point. But I don't know. That's just where I have no script for today. I have no script for any of the shows. The guests I'm going to have are going to be people that I know, are going to be people that I've maybe had recent success. Hopefully I can get some business people on here. That's my goal, is to have people that you guys find interesting, as well as me. Okay? If you guys want to drop in the comments and want to say, maybe drop a suggestion for guest, let me know. I just realized something. I'm not going to be able to see the Twitch comments. I just realized that. Because I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I able to see the Twitch comments from here? I probably won't be able to, huh? I'm going to have to figure that out. And I can't see the YouTube. Oh, wait. If you're watching on... I should be able to right here. If you're watching on Twitch, say something so I can see if this multi-chat is working. Sorry for the distraction. Again, like I said, we're no script. We're just working out the bugs right now. I see a couple people watching from Facebook, and I see a couple people that may be. Hey, Simcheck, first comment on the Twitch stream. I appreciate that. Hey, so we have no sponsors yet. When I was signing up for Anchor, which is what I'm going to use for the podcast distribution, there is an option for me to use them as a sponsor, and they will give me money right off the bat for using them, as long as I get listens. But honestly, the sponsors we have right now are you guys, is the audience. And the way you guys can support, it's absolutely free. It costs no effort for you guys. You just make sure you hit that share, you like, you comment, whatever. Anyways, so about a year ago, I started streaming video games on the interweb. I think I started off with Mixer, but my goal was to go onto Facebook. I didn't have any equipment. I was streaming with like an Xbox and like an old Mac. I'm not going to talk about gaming itself because that's not what interests a lot of people. I'm just going to talk about what it's like to do something online, because a lot of it's the same, and talk about how I was losing the drive to do it and the content suffered, and I was doing all sorts of things to try to keep myself motivated. Okay, so streaming, I was streaming for about a handful of months. You know, I started getting followers, and I started actually making money. I earned a status with Facebook, like Level Up or whatever. I had consistent viewers. I was learning how to make videos, and I was actually making money on Facebook, and it was pretty cool. Every month I would get, it wasn't a lot of money, but it was some money. It wasn't no money. It was sometimes a few $100s a month from Facebook, and I felt, I'm not gonna lie, it felt pretty cool to make something on a platform, to make money on a platform that everybody's using and usually spends money on or wastes a lot of time on. But instead, I had like a small loyal following. I was actually enjoying it. And then what I realized is that I never watched streaming before I started streaming. I got, I wouldn't say forced into it. I got encouraged and pushed into it by my friends because we were playing video games a lot together, and it was COVID. Everybody was at home, and it was just kind of the easy thing to do, honestly. And it was fun at first. But as the months went by, I didn't do anything to keep it spicy. You know, well, I tried actually. The funny thing is that I tried to do things, but the issue I have, and the reason why I'm not going to focus on my Facebook stream as much, if you're watching on Facebook, welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. But I'm going to focus on YouTube and Twitch, is that I don't like the Facebook algorithm. I don't like the way Facebook punishes the people that work for them. There's a lot of people who put a lot of hours into making content on Facebook, and Facebook kind of controls their life a little bit. I have friends who are big time streamers, I guess, like you can say, or not like big time, but they're about to make partner, or they just recently made partner on Facebook where they get paid a salary, and they're afraid to take time off because they're afraid that they'll get messed up with the algorithm. The Facebook algorithm is super unforgiving. My headset just cut out and I was using that, and I don't think my headset realizes I'm using it. But I realized that I wasn't like passionate about video game streaming, and also the content was getting stale. I've noticed a lot of streamers do the same kind of videos, and I didn't want to do the same kind of videos. Not because I didn't want to do something everybody else was doing, it's because I didn't like what they're doing. I don't want to stream for 8 hours at a time. I did one 12-hour stream that was fun, and that was one way I tried to keep it spicy. But I didn't want to make the same content everybody else is doing because I didn't like it. Not because everybody else was doing it, but because I didn't like it. And streaming felt more like a job and a chore rather than like enjoying it. And my content suffered, which meant I had less people viewing. And that kind of translates to anything in life, you know. One thing that I've stapled my life is that I don't want to do something that I'm not passionate about or I'm not sold out to do. Like right now, I got out of the Marine Corps in 2019 and December of 2019, and I kind of sold out to play football again. Or not sold out. I am going all out to play football again. Selling out's not the right word. So it was like 2017 is when I decided that, it might have been 2018, when I was pretty dead set on playing football when I got out of the Marine Corps. So I started training, you know, and it wasn't that easy because I had to spend a lot of alone time outside of outside of work. You know, I deployed again in 2018 to Australia. It wasn't really much of a deployment, but we can talk about that another time. And I spent a lot of time by myself like a weirdo training for football, because the training for football is not the same as training for the Marine Corps, like physically. I mean, it's a lot different. It's more explosive. It's not like endurance based. It's just different. So I would spend about I would go weight train in the mornings on my own for about a couple hours, and then in the afternoon after we got off work, I would go to one of the rugby fields in the middle of the Australian heat every single day and work on drills, work on my speed, work on changing direction, because I lost a lot of my speed in the Marine Corps, and there was a point where I genuinely didn't think I was going to get it back. And it was not easy. I really focused on my diet. I didn't go out and party on the weekends with everybody like a lot of Marines did on the weekends. I didn't I didn't drink. I mean, I'd had a few drinks every now and then, but I never went out and partied. I never participated in a lot of extra events that they were doing. I didn't go on excursions. I didn't go snorkeling. I didn't go scuba diving. I didn't I excluded myself from a lot of things because I had a goal in mind. I had I had a vision of what I wanted to do, and those things that everybody else was doing didn't line up with it wouldn't make me better. It wouldn't get me closer to my goal. So I just didn't do it. I didn't go party. I didn't go like I said, I didn't go do we were in Australia. We were in the middle of nowhere, Australia. I didn't go do the whatever you call them, like the touristy stuff. There we go, the touristy stuff. I didn't go do the touristy stuff, which kind of paid off, because right now we're about 3 weeks into summer camp on a football team. It's July 15th, 2021, 3 years later, and I am competing for a starting position on a college football team. After this show's over, I will be, eating and getting ready to go lift with the team, and then we have film and practice today. And I'm saying all that because I'm completely passionate. I'm sold out, and I'm doing it full send. I've put a lot of my life on hold to do this football thing. And I realized at some point with video game streaming, it wasn't lining up with how I am as a person normally. And also, I don't like a lot of the culture with a lot of video game streaming. I don't. Hey, Cindy, hello, welcome in. Thanks for the like. Sorry, I'm a little late on that. I didn't. I don't like a lot of streamers. I don't. Some of them are cool, but some of them aren't. And I realized I didn't even watch video game streamers until I was streaming, and I barely watch other streamers. And that's okay. I'm still probably going to stream video games. I still make clips on Instagram. But I like playing video games with my friends, and I just feel like sometimes if there's a ways to make money while I do it, then I will. And then thinking about the state that our culture's in, thinking about how the current news is and what people listen to and consume, there are very few people that are cancelable, okay? Our media is completely biased, but people are getting canceled left and right, and I tried to get canceled as a video game streamer, and it actually did not work, which I was super surprised. We can talk about that another time. But a very famous person in the video game community tweeted about me and tried to get me canceled, and he actually got canceled again for it. It was kind of funny. But anyways, so where was I going with that? Oh yeah. I realized that I have a personality, but it's not meant for video game streaming. And I feel like I never really thought to be honest, I thought I was going to stream for a couple months, and when COVID was over, I was going to be over it, but I was making money with it. And I kind of thought there was a point where it almost was like an itch where I kind of got some, like not a lot of notoriety, but a little bit of notoriety and a little bit of success to where I felt like I should keep chasing it because it was working. And then, you know, then when it wasn't working, I felt like I was failing at some point when really it had nothing to do with me. It had a lot to do with the Facebook algorithm, which we can talk about another time as well. And how, honestly, like I respect, mad respect to anybody who does anything to stream, to make money, to produce something online, because it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of investment to make it good quality. Like right now, like I have two, like for this simple podcast, you know, I'm not like doing this on my phone. I have real equipment to make it like good quality, and the quality is to be determined after the show's over. But like I have a real microphone. I have two computers. I have lights. I have cameras. I have two keyboards, two mouses to control my, you know what I mean? Like I don't have a real desk. I have a ghetto green screen in the background, but once I'm actually making some room in my house right now, and I'm thinking maybe I'll set up, I'm getting rid of one of my fish tanks in case I gotta move, but I'm thinking maybe I can set up a better desk over there in that place. That's not my goal in mind for that, but maybe I'll have like a real desk and I'll have different cameras and be like a little bit better. But you know, I mad respect to people, because like if you're making money online, whether you're a vlogger, streamer, or even just like doing a show like I am now, there's a lot of effort and time and investment that goes into it. So mad respect, mad props to anybody who makes money or has a full-time gig of anything, producing any sort of content online. And for those who don't realize that, like, you know, people on TikTok make a lot of money and it's just kids making little stupid dances, or people on Instagram being influencers, or people on Facebook having big pages, or even OnlyFans, the whole like OnlyFans movement. The females who make a lot of money on OnlyFans, it's only like the top like 5%, I want to say, and the rest of them make a average of less than $1,000 a month on OnlyFans. Okay, just to be clear, if you guys want to look up the data on that, we can later. But it's not as easy as like you post a video and then you just keep posting and then it goes viral. There's like actual marketing techniques. You got to actually learn the algorithms. You actually got to like learn how the system works, and it's not the same for everybody. Like for example, like for right now, I'm on the West Coast. It's 8:45 a.m. in the morning in California on July 15th. And so if I looked at my Instagram, for my gaming Instagram, because it's like a professional account, I can see it. I only have like 130 followers on it or something. I can see when people are going to be online and are on the app, actively using the app. Now that changes every single day. So I have to learn when to post and what content to post on every single day based on my audience. However, if you only try to, and then once that audience is online, that doesn't mean that they're going to see your content. And this is one thing that I learned about the Facebook algorithm that I don't like about the Facebook algorithm. And the algorithm is pretty similar on Instagram. It's not chronological on Instagram. If you guys notice, you guys could open your Instagram right now and you'll see that on your Instagram, whatever post you're looking at is probably not the most recent post. Okay? Look, I'll go to my Instagram right now. Let's just pull up the Instagram. Oh, I went to Instagram, typed in. Like if I go, I'm on my homepage. Okay, you can do this right now. You can do it with me. My most recent post I see is 2 hours ago. Then the next post is 11 hours ago. Then the post after that is 37 minutes ago. The post after that is from 2 hours ago. The post after that is 17 hours ago. The post after that is 11 hours ago, 17 hours, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You guys get the picture. It's not chronological, okay? The way it works is when you post something on Instagram or you post something on Facebook, The way those algorithms work, it's based on what they think that people want to see first, and they push your content out. This is whether you're posting for like your personal stuff or like actual, like you're trying to like make money or whatever, and it only shows it to a small percentage of your audience. I think it's like, I don't know what the exact number is. It's actually not known, I believe, to be certain. The sets of people actually like make the algorithm, and then based on how those people interact with your post, that's when they start pushing it out more. Okay, I have 765 followers on my gaming page. Okay, on my live stream, my most recent live stream, I think I reached like 200 people. It's like way down. I had 0 followers on this Facebook, and I posted the video trailer, and I reached 145 people. I literally had 0 followers, and it has 85 views, or when last time I checked. So I don't know. It just the Facebook algorithm is shady, and it makes you want to pay money to boost your post. So that's that. So here we are, JJ's live show. You can see if you can't see the graphic, you can see my graphic right here. This is my desktop. It's the much needed JJ's live show with everyone, for everyone. I messed it up in the trailer, but people probably didn't notice. I just wanted to be able to have a show where I can be me and I can interact with people, and maybe we can go over current topics. We can go over current events. We can talk about, you know, right now with this whole what's going down with the Olympics, and there's a lot of people getting banned from the Olympic Games, more than what is her name again, Shakira Richardson. And then you guys can suggest topics. Like, I think we have some people watching on Twitch right now. I actually don't know how many people are watching on Twitch. I don't know the distribution of who's watching where. I did see we had a handful of people watching on the Facebook. That counts in a different ticker for me because I have to have it separate. Had a handful of people watching on Facebook, and welcome in, guys. But you guys can suggest topics. You guys can just chime in whenever you want. I'm just rambling. This is going to be the very first episode. This isn't like I had no goal in mind, just other than to introduce the show, work out the kinks that way when we can go live again. It's just hit the ground rolling because I had a few issues this morning. I put a lot of hours in the show already, and I haven't even filmed a single episode. When did the Olympics start? Like, when is the first games? Let's Google it. Let's Google it. When do the Olympics start? 2021. Begins Friday, July 23rd, and Sunday, August 8th. I did hear that they are already canceling or are already like banning spectators. Can anybody confirm that? We'll confirm right here because are spectators of the Olympics banned? Spectators. I gotta learn how to like type faster. This keyboard's hard to type on because it's my gaming one. I don't even know. Are they banned? All spectators, domestic and foreign, have been banned from the Olympic venues in Tokyo during the games in effort to reduce the risk of the COVID-19 infections. Sakio Hashimoto, president of the Tokyo 2020 organization committee, said it was a very difficult decision, but they had no other choice. Wow, so there's not going to even be any spectators at the Olympics. Are they still going to do? Then what's the point? If they're so worried about all these issues with, I need to make this bigger so y'all can see it. If they're so worried with all the issues, then why even have it? Let's see what this Yahoo News article says. It's a COVID surge, but are they talking? Is this supposed to be the Delta variant? It doesn't say. I'm not going to pay for this article. But we were kind of warned about this, and all the I'm labeled as a conspiracy theorist, I think. And we had some news spread at my school and my football team, well, my athletic department at my school this week, that our head of, like, it's like the president of our school, it's not, or it's like above the athletic director, it's like above all those people, and I believe they're over several schools, told us that we don't have very many athletes. It's shocking how many athletes aren't vaccinated, and that he will not hesitate to shut down the entire athletic program, not just football, but all sports, if there are too many people getting COVID. So it's kind of scary knowing that there's some guy who's I've never even met that's in control of not only my life, but we have athletes that, including myself, that are in from all over the country that are putting their life on hold. They're paying money. They're grinding to play football, to play tennis, to play golf, to run track at this school. And some guy can just cancel, just shut it down without real science. We all heard about if you haven't already, you need to go back and backtrack and Google this. That whole situation, the College World Series, where I think it was UNC or NC State, whatever, got disqualified, got forced to forfeit in the College World Series after they had, I think it was 4 players test positive for COVID, and those 4 players were vaccinated. Okay? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. It's just I'm annoyed of the lack of just using, what's the word, like common sense. Like, I'm not asking them to learn all the science, I'm just asking them to use common sense, because they haven't even like peeked at real science. This is all political at this point, and now it's threatening we already had our season canceled last year. We played 0 games of a 2020 season at the junior college level in California. Nobody played games. They had some spring like expeditions, you could say. There was some spring quote unquote like games, but they didn't count for nothing. It was just an opportunity for dudes to get filmed. I am shaking my computer. I apologize. Again, I have a small little desk. It's not like a real desk. It's like a makeshift desk. It's like a foldable desk. So if you're listening, if you're audio only and you hear the mic shake, I apologize. Bobby with the share, appreciate it. So this would be the equivalent of a commercial break, just for me to tell you guys that I appreciate all the support that we've gotten already. I've actually gotten a lot of positive feedback from you guys, and I really appreciate it. But the way you can support this show is just by interacting, commenting, liking, sharing, and just being a part. Don't be afraid to suggest topics. You can DM me right now or when the show's over for like topics or whatever. Anyways, continuing, it's a little alarming that we have people who I don't even know that are, or like none of the athletes I've even ever met this president. I think it's the president over the school, but I think he's president over a couple like schools, because we fall under like an umbrella of like a couple of schools who are kind of like grouped together, if that makes sense. Like I'm at Saddleback College in Mission Viejo in Southern California, and then there's another college, Orange, what is it called? OCC. It's Orange Coast or Orange Community College, something like that. Whatever. Orange Coast Community College. And there's a guy that's like can just shut down our whole program. We get tested very frequently, by the way. The first week everybody got tested every day, and then now it's 50% get tested every other week. So we're getting tested. We're doing everything they say to do. Most of us athletes, since like practices started, we don't have time to do anything. Like, I'm literally at campus. Like, today I'll be at campus from about 1 to 6:30. So from like 1 p.m. to 6 or 6:30, I'm at campus. And you really think I'm going out and partying after that? Nah, fam, I'm coming home. And that's most of us. That's like most football players. That's all of us right now. All of us football players. There are some of them who like go out and like they try to party. I don't really know how true it is because you know how football players are. They exaggerate. I'm one of them. They make it sound like they're really popular and have a lot of friends, but I'd be remiss. I'd be if I was a bet man, I'd say that their parties aren't as lit as they say they are. Anyways, that's my spiel for the recent COVID news. For those who are just joining us, we're talking about how in the Olympics, the spectators have been banned because of a COVID surge, quote unquote. It just kind of comes at a perfect timing, this little surge from when we left Afghanistan, and then we got Cuba. I don't actually know all the details about what's going on in Cuba. If somebody would like to inform me, please comment, tell me about what's going on in Cuba. The word on the street is that they're trying to get their freedom for like from communism. But if somebody could confirm that, that would be great. I'm gonna go manually check our Facebook feed here because I'm having some issues with this. I want to make sure that everything's working smoothly. I appreciate you guys being patient. I appreciate you guys tuning into the very first episode. You guys are amazing. Literally the show is made or break it with you guys. The YouTube chat is working, Twitch chat is working, and then I have Facebook pulled up on another thread. So I should be able to see everybody's comments, concerns, input, whatever. Don't be afraid to throw your 2 cents. Like when we have guests, I'm gonna have that first is for sure gonna be guests. They're like my friends, and then maybe because I do kind of get online tiffs with people, discussions, debates, arguments, whatever. So maybe I can pull some people in that have a different viewpoint of me, and we can talk about it together. I have friends who are very smart, who we don't see eye to eye on things, and we debate on social media all the time. Maybe I can bring them in. They know more than me about certain things, and maybe they can school me live, and I can change my opinion live on the show. I'm sure people would love to see me admit that I'm wrong, or that I change my mind. I change my mind on things all the time. I try not to be married to my ideas. I try not to. I try to have an open mind about things. One particular thing that I've changed my mind on is I'm from Texas, okay? And in Texas, Bible Belt, blah, blah, blah. Weed still, I believe, still illegal. Somebody fact check me on that. I used to be anti-drugs, period. I used to think all drugs should be illegal. I used to think that if you do any sorts of drugs, I didn't think you're a bad person, but it wasn't good. Okay? And over the years, I have changed my stance. I have changed my opinion on how we should deal with drugs. I probably went too far the other way. Okay, keep in mind, I'm still 100% sober. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. The only drug I do is caffeine. Caffeine's legal. So, I mean, it's whatever. I think we should legalize all drugs. Okay? Every single drug. It should be legal. Okay, now hear me. I know what people are going to say. I already know the arguments. Okay, I have people in my family who are very strong conservatives. Just because I want drugs to be legal, that doesn't mean I want you to do drugs. However, we do live in America, so if you want to smoke weed, I don't think that as somebody in an office somewhere should be telling you that you can't. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, as long as you're not like driving, as long as you're not like smoking around kids, whatever. Treat smoking weed like cigarettes. Don't allow them to do it in public bars and restaurants anymore and whatever. I think we should just move on. Same thing with, you know, cocaine, heroin, what is it called? Ecstasy, Molly, whatever. I don't think that what we're doing isn't working. Okay, people are dying of overdosing all the time. People are still able to get drugs very easily, including kids. I remember in high school, I went to a like, I guess you could say like privileged high school or whatever. It's a public school, Allen High School. Shout out to Allen, Texas. And it's a nice school. Not everybody there who goes there is rich, by the way. I don't know. We got that reputation at some point when I was in high school that everybody that goes to Allen's rich. I definitely was not rich. And a lot of my friends still aren't rich. But we're definitely not like a ghetto school. We're definitely not in the hood. We're definitely not inner city. We're definitely not urban environment. And it was still very easy for like good kids to get drugs. Like you would, like some kids that I knew in high school did drugs, and I didn't even expect them to. You know what I mean? Like they were like good kids. Hey, we got a new follower, D2 Shirley. Hello, welcome, new follower. Thank you for that new follower. Is that on Twitch? My screen is really have a glare. Can you talk about some stuff? Yeah, sure. This is an interactive podcast. Drop. Right now you're just in the chat. Yeah, so I completely changed my stance to be I'm not pro using drugs. I just don't think they should be illegal. I don't think people should be locked in a cell over a substance problem. And I don't think young people should have to worry about ruining their lives over decisions they make to get high. I think we could better utilize resources to the resources we use to combat drugs are wasted because it's not working. We spend trillions of dollars a year. I actually did like a paper on this last semester. We spend trillions of dollars a year to combat drugs, the quote unquote war on drugs, since 1973. Or it might be 1963. I'm gonna re-Google that. But and it's just not working. The war on drugs is literally a waste. We've wasted trillions of dollars, and we could have used that money to actually help people instead of, you know, lock them in a cell. I just want to make sure. Are we live on YouTube? Yeah, we're live. Okay. Okay, so we got a question. We got look, we're gonna start interacting right now. We'll continue the drug talk in a second. So me and this girl have been talking for like a week, 4 days. We were on a school trip together, and it feels like we both like each other. Never have been in a relationship, so I don't really know any kind of this. But the past 3 days, we haven't seen each other. No, I don't know. I should come out and tell her I have feelings. D2, I'm gonna tell you what I would tell anybody. Just send it, dude. Just freaking send it. You don't want to waste your time if you have feelings for her and she doesn't. Did I get that right? You and she. Yeah. If you have feelings for her and she doesn't, and you're just wasting your time, bro. Straight up. Full send, bro. Just send it. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. I don't think young people or anybody should be told what they can and can't do. I mean, I don't think that everybody should be able to do drugs, as in, like, I don't think that like a 15-year-old should be able to go buy cocaine, but I do think that the people who do cocaine, they get it illegally easily anyways. And we can limit the collateral damage we have of people who are struggling with drugs if we just make them legal, and we can get them, instead of like, somebody going to the store and buying drugs that are laced with, instead of somebody going to the street rather, and getting drugs that are laced with who knows what, they can go to somewhere where drugs are regulated and safe, and we don't, moms don't have to bury their sons over their sons having one bad bump of cocaine. And if you think I'm exaggerating, I'm not exaggerating. I've literally had 2 friends die, or I wouldn't call them friends. I know 2 people in the past, I think, year that have died from very small amounts of drugs that are laced with fentanyl. Okay, side topic, D2. Yo, if she is asking, hold on, I'm addressing the Twitch chat. For those who are listening on the other platform, somebody in the Twitch chat, sounds like a young person, has been talking with this gal a lot, but don't know if they have feelings, but she's been asking for his number and wanting to FaceTime. If a girl is wanting to FaceTime you, you're in. Period. Okay? That's it. You're in. Got it? All right. Moving on. That's a close deal, D2. You fallen asleep on FaceTime? Okay, don't do that. Little word of advice. You need to be the man and just hang up the phone. All right? For 2 reasons. One, it's the right thing to do. It's like the gentleman thing to do, and you need to get some sleep. She needs to get some sleep. And then 2, she insists, yeah, bro, that's how you get friend zoned. Just being completely honest, dude. That's how you get friend zoned right there. Don't get friend zoned. After a while, dude, just hang up. All right, D2. I'm gonna move on with my show, okay? Let's stay on topic, okay? Let's stay on topic. Well, if we talk about girls in a minute, we'll circle back to that, okay? Anyways, you guys can't see that chat, huh? On the screen. See, good thing. See, look, I'm doing like good thing. I'm recognized. I think I'm on the wrong one. Can you guys see this chat? Huh? The chat should be showing up. JJ's Matchmaking Services LLC. Trademark that. Trademark that. I wonder why this chat box ain't working. You guys should be able to see the chat on the screen. Right here. Like the chat should be on the screen right here. Huh. Wrong one. If somebody could type again in the chat. Somebody would type again. In the chat, I want to see if it comes up. Because it should be coming up right here. It's something I gotta try to fix later. Anyways, I was saying all that to kind of prove that I do change my mind on things. I'm not like rigid. There are some things I'm rigid about, there's some things I'm stubborn about, but if I can get proven that there's a better way, I'm all ears. It's not just my way or the highway. It's my way or the highway until I get proven wrong, and then I'm all ears. If somebody could type something else in the chat here, I'll go do it. Testing. I'm live on 2 different Facebook pages right now. If you're watching on JJ Gaming, make sure you go follow. I posted live to JJ Gaming. It's a really complicated reason. Make sure you follow from JJ Gaming to the new page. I might just convert this page. I'm not really sure yet. We'll figure that out. Okay, yeah, so you can see it right there. It wasn't popping up for a minute because I didn't have it on the screen. Okay, we should be solid now. Boom, look at that. Fixing stuff right off the bat here. That way people on the other, so yeah, that's my bad. People are probably wondering what we're talking about because you couldn't see it on the screen. That's my fault. So, segueing the drug talk into the Sha'Carri Richardson. Now, this is where it gets muddy. This is where it gets muddy. Richardson, I'm just gonna say Richardson. I'm not gonna say her name every time. That's her name, right? Richardson. Let's Google it. Track star band. Track star band. Let me see if she comes up. For weed. I just want to make sure I'm getting her name right. Sha'Carri Richardson. Yeah, okay. So, Sha'Carri Richardson got banned for marijuana. And I have two different opinions on this. One, I don't think we should be testing our athletes for recreational drugs. However, this is through WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, which not every country adheres to anyways, because we have countries like Russia who get caught doing state-sponsored doping and they get banned from the Olympics. However, I get that the Olympic brand, like the USA Olympic brand, wants to make sure that they have a positive, you know, they want to have a positive brand name, but they gotta do it differently. They can't be just testing Olympic athletes who might smoke weed at home when they're not out in public and not doing anything bad. Like, okay, Sha'Carri Richardson probably shouldn't smoke marijuana. Okay, just like I think all drugs should be legal, but just because they're legal, that doesn't mean I want you to do them. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're gonna do drugs, I want you to do them safe. However, she shouldn't be smoking weed because, for one, it's not beneficial as a sprinting athlete to do something that is going to slow you down. That's facts. Dudes at practice yesterday were complaining that they should quit smoking after conditioning. Sha'Carri Richardson claims she was doing it because she was dealing with stuff, and that's fine. That's her prerogative. I don't believe someone should self-medicate with use of marijuana, but that's her choice to. And I think she should be able to do that because it's not harming anyone. So, shame on our Olympic board or whatever that's banning her from the Olympics. However, she knew the rules. She knows that she gets tested. And she should know that she's not exempt just because she's a shoo-in for the gold medal to she just stay off the weed. Stephen A. Smith says it the best. Stay off the weed. If y'all haven't seen the video, that video is hilarious. Let's see if we can find it. And I will definitely show it. I don't care if I get banned for it. Stephen A. Smith, stay off the weed. Bro, people already know what I'm looking at. It's 13 seconds. Here. This is what I don't even need to watch it pre. There's a montage of this. This one's only 13 seconds.
And then you have a bunch of brothers who can't stay off the weed. This is beautiful. And then you have a bunch of brothers who can't stay off
Sorry, I accidentally. Hold on. This is another one.
Also because Alex Caruso for the Los Angeles Lakers could not stay off the weed.
Another one. Yo, it's true though. Just stay off the weed. Stephen A. Smith has dozens and dozens of times he's said that online, or on live TV. And it's true. Our athletes at all levels gotta learn that. Hey, yo, I was in the military for 5 years. If you didn't know, I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran in a row. 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines, 1st Marine Division, Guadalcanal. We have plenty of service members who regularly partook and did whatever with recreational drugs before their time in service. And they talked a lot of times, a lot of them who regularly participated in these drugs, repeatedly talked about how they couldn't wait to get out and do them again. In the Marine Corps, we had a zero tolerance policy for the marijuana, or for any drugs rather. Zero tolerance policy on drugs of any kind. We got drug tested very regularly. In the Marine Corps, we got tested for drugs after 3-day weekends, after 4-day weekends, after you get back from leave, after we get back from deployment, before we leave for deployment, every other week on deployment. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. I probably gotten tested for drugs like 40 times. Easily. In 5 years, probably 40 times. Maybe not 40. Maybe, let's just say, there was a time I got tested 3 times in a week. 3 times within 7 days. I got tested twice in a week before we left. I think we came back from like a 3-day weekend, and then I was going on leave 2 weeks later. But within that amount of time, I got tested 3 times. Piss tested 3 times. If you test positive for any kind of drugs in the Marine Corps, you're out. No questions asked. You get booted. You get stripped of your entitlements. You get stripped of your benefits. You get stripped of everything, and you're out. That's it. There's no do-overs. There's no appealing. None of that. If we have service members who do that for 5 years and we make no money, in the first year in the Marine Corps for me, I think I made $18,000. And I promise I worked more than you did. Not trying to flex the veteran thing. I'm just saying we work a lot and make no money. If service members can stay off the recreational drugs, such as marijuana, pretty sure an Olympic athlete who has the potential of making a lot of money. Olympic athletes, by the way, in the Olympics don't make hardly any money. However, they have chances for endorsements, sponsorships, that kind of thing, that's where the real money is made for these athletes. They can very easily, with the resources they have, stay off of recreational drugs. So I'm disappointed that Richardson got banned. I'm disappointed that she felt like she needed to use marijuana in order to self-medicate. I'm disappointed that she felt like she had no other way. But I'm also very much disappointed in I don't know, who is it? The Olympic Committee, whoever that's in charge of testing these athletes. I'm really disappointed that they feel like they need to test and then stick with a ban over a drug that isn't hurting anybody. And keep in mind, I'm going to say this again, I'm 100% sober. I don't drink and I don't do drugs. But I think everybody should be allowed to drink and do drugs. If somebody can go buy alcohol at the store and go home and get drunk, then I don't see the problem being somebody being able to go buy weed at the store and go home and smoke it, or go to the store, buy cocaine and go home and do whatever it is people do with cocaine. Okay. Woo! All right, that was a pretty heavy ending to a topic about Sha'Carri Richardson getting banned from the Olympic Committee. I mean, sorry, getting banned from the Tokyo Olympics by our Olympic Committee. I need to do something about. I am looking. So right now, I have the webcam up here, and I have my microphone. In front of me is my computer monitor, and above me is another monitor for my other computer, which I'm controlling all the streaming and the recording and all that. I need to like look at. I need to figure out something to look at because I don't know where to look at, and I'm just like talking to. I'm literally talking to a wall. I do not know how radio broadcast people do this. Mad props to radio broadcasting people right now who are just talking in a closed studio to a microphone, and they don't even know if their listeners are right. At least right now, I know I have some people watching. I can see people comment. I can see people interact. I can see people do this and do that. Yeah, so mad props to radio talk show hosts. I'm just now realizing that this isn't like, this is fun when I'm doing, like, I'm enjoying this so far. Very first episode, but I'm saying that talking in a dark room to a microphone doesn't seem lit. Like, it legit doesn't. It doesn't seem lit at all. So yeah. Props to them. I am doing something real quick. Stand by. If you're watching online, if you're watching on this podcast, or if you're listening to the podcast, rather, audio only, you're listening to the podcast audio only. If you are listening to podcast audio only, is what I'm trying to say, then that means you did not catch us live. If you would like to watch the show live and be a part of the show, this is the very first episode. Make sure you catch on the next episode, which will most likely be Monday. Make sure you catch us live on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Don't ask me how I did it, but I managed to make all the names the same on every single platform, and that is JJ's Live Show. If you YouTube JJ's Live Show and you capitalize live, actually I don't even think you need to capitalize it, although it is capitalized. I am the very first one that pops up, and don't ask how I did it. I'm just amazing. I'm just joking. I'm super glad to be able to do this show with you guys. I'm actually trying to get people in here. Hold on a second. There's a way to like invite people on this. Okay. Let me see if I can do like this. I wish there was a select all button, but I don't have that. I'll have to do that later. What do I got on Apple News here? Don't worry, guys. I'll figure out a better structure for the show. And more like organization. We'll have you know, guests. We'll have actual topics to talk about. My most recent news that my phone sent me is from the Apple News. The source, or the, you know what is, it's not Apple News. What is it? The what is this? NPR? What is that? What is NPR? Well, that's what the top of it says. Whatever. I'm gonna show you guys like on this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this is. The most recent one, July 15th. I don't know what time it sent to me. It's just my most recent one. The U.S. Surgeon General is calling COVID-19 misinformation an urgent threat. Dang. With about a third of adults in the U.S. still completely unvaccinated in case of COVID-19 on the rise. They're not on the rise. Look up the numbers. I don't know who's saying that. On Thursday, Dr. Whatever. Let's Google the numbers. What's the COVID numbers right now? Does anyone take a guess? COVID-19 COVID-19 numbers. If you Google this, which I have before, it shows you the case numbers, okay? Where are we at? Oh, they stopped on July 14th. Oh, July 14th. No new cases. That's super weird. Look, this is January. Y'all can see this, right? I'm gonna make it bigger. Make it bigger. Boom. Look at me. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that's January. This is July 4th, and this is today. Today. Or yesterday, July 14th. 0 new cases. July 7th, no new cases. July 9th. Okay, so July 7th through July 14th, there's no new cases in California. Wow, that's wild. In Orange County, I guess. I didn't realize that I had all these filters on. Can we go to show all? Let's go to show all. Sorry, that was Orange County, California. So let's go all the United States. Ooh, a little bit of a rise, but not really. There's 20,000 new cases in... Sorry. How come the bar doesn't reflect that? Okay. They're looking at it as a rise, like right here, like just for today. And that's not how this works. It's literally like look, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, up, way down, way down, way down, way down, way down, and it's like a little bit of a tick. There's over 50% of the country's vaccinated, I think. How many US have been vaccinated? Doses given, 334 million, 159 million. Percent of the population fully vaccinated, almost 50%. 51% of people in California alone have been vaccinated, 55% in New York, 50% in Pennsylvania, 42% in Texas, 47% in Florida. That's plenty of people vaccinated for us to quit worrying about it. When does herd immunity take place? When does herd immunity occur? Is when a large part of the population, the herd, is immune to the virus. This can either happen because these people got vaccinated or had already been infected. I already knew this. I was just showing it to you, and this is like literally about COVID-19. It's literally their own science. Herd immunity happens when a large part of the population, the herd, is immune to a virus. This can happen either because these people got vaccinated or had already been infected. Herd immunity makes it harder for the virus to spread, so even those who haven't been sick or vaccinated have some protection. So I think by this point, if you look at the numbers, more than half the people, I think it's like 75% of the people in the US have either been vaccinated or have gotten it already. Have gotten COVID or gotten the COVID vaccine. So really, what are we doing? They're literally ignoring their own science. Sorry, I was taking a sip of the coffee. Ignoring their own science, ignoring their own explanations. That's literally from the front page of whatever talking about COVID on Google. It's just all about like politics at this point. And that's what's getting frustrating, is because they're literally controlling our lives for the past over 18 months. Not just me when I was talking about athlete stuff, but like you guys too. People getting told to stay home, people getting told they can't work, people not able to get on flights, people not being able to travel, people not being able to go see their family, people not being able to go to their family members' funeral, people not being able to go to have weddings. I've had like 3 sets. I say 3 sets of friends. I've had 3 friends, 3 different couples that I know that had to cancel or postpone their wedding, or I had 2 other couple friends just do a courthouse wedding with nobody there, and they're going to do a reception later because they weren't able to because of COVID. And not because they chose not to do it, but because they got told they can't do it because of whatever regulations, because wedding venues weren't allowed to have weddings. A business got told they can't do business because they were worried about people getting the sniffles. Because that's essentially what it is, dude. I know people have died from COVID, not trying to downplay it, but it is what it is. It's not. For most people, especially in my demographic, it's not a threat. Sorry, this little thing fell over. I'm just gonna knock it down. Anyways, that is that. Woo! Wild first episode of JJ's live show. We are about an hour and 7 minutes in. It's gonna be a little shorter on the Facebook because the Facebook goes live a little bit after. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys would like to support, as of right now, the only support I'm asking is that you get the word out. Like, comment, share. On Facebook, make sure you like and follow, because I don't know what the difference is, but there's a difference for this kind of page. Make sure if you're watching on JJ Gaming right now, head on over to the JJ's live show. I'll put the link in the comments of this live stream. And if I can do that, I don't know, the live stream comments are different. Really, the best way you guys can support right now, and it costs you guys absolutely nothing, is just get word out. Like I said, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, make sure you comment, tell me how much you loved it, tell me how much you hated it, and also don't be afraid to give me some feedback if you guys can't hear something's too loud, or however. So that's gonna be it for today's show, guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I am gonna be figuring out the whole I'm gonna be figuring out the whole posting it on Spotify, so just make sure you guys keep a lookout for that. I don't know when the Spotify will get posted, but today's date is July 15th. Hopefully I can have it posted within the next 48 hours. The next time we go live on the show will most likely be Monday, but just stay tuned. My goal is to do a show Monday through Thursday every morning. We can talk about politics, we can talk about news, I can start having guests, whatever. This has been very fun, guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all the followers we've gotten, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares, and until next time, I gotta come up with a new thing. I can't say catch you on the flip. That's JJ Gaming. I'll come up with a new thing, but until next time,